And welcome back to part 5 of What the Goku Was a Girl. Last time on the Dragon Ball Z What If, the gang had just defeated the Ginyus. Now, two things to address real quick, because they got brought up in the comments and I was having a discussion with one of my viewers about it earlier. And I'm actually going to bring up that conversation for my own edification, because I think it's good for my own personal referencing. First off, though, while I'm doing that, why? Because Dende is there in this version, why didn't Dende just heal the gang up and, except for, Vegeta and Raditz, and let them say their senses? Well, I imagine that Dende hasn't really revealed he can heal at this point. I just think with everything going on, it never came up. As for now, the other thing. Now, first off, Sheridan, my name is Brent. It's Brent, not Brett. But by the way I talk, it can sound like that. Basically, I was having a conversation with Sheridan, and Sheridan Road is the person. I normally don't name in names, but Sheridan's cool. We're cool. And if Sheridan, if you don't want me to throw your name out again, just let me know and I won't do it. But basically, he talked about, I alluded to some reasons why they alluded to, I'm basically reading this for him. Characters couldn't use the canon method for visiting Namek, and they would be using the Dragon Balls to go there. And basically what I said was that's not the case. I actually said it was the opposite way around. They weren't going to use the Dragon Balls to get there, because they only get one wish with the Dragon Balls. They don't know that the Namekian Dragon Balls grant 3 wishes. So, because they found that out in the canon. So basically, now what I did do, and honestly, I probably shouldn't have had to, but I did do it, is that they used Shenron to basically make sure that they could use the Kami ship. So that's why I didn't go that way. But basically, they explained that when Krillin died, there wasn't anything preventing a round trip to Namek. Between Kami being alive to give driving instructions and King Kai to give directions, it would be easy for Bulma to make the trip. Yes, but you'll notice I didn't have Bulma go this time around. And because Goku's there, and there's actually no real reason for Bulma to be there. When Krillin and Gohan and Bulma, Goku is still recovering, that actually made more sense. Bulma, admittedly, is the smartest of them. But with Kami alive, Popo there, and as you said, King Kai, I'm sure, and use a Dragon Wish just to make it more, effective for them to draw. Basically, Bulma is kind of a liability, quite frankly, as we kind of saw in the Namekian, because she actually had to be protected and got Ginyu'd. So there's no real reason for her to go on here. And then you bring up, so you'd have Yamcha committing Bulma 8 times. I don't see Bulma coming. I think that's one of the big things, that I don't see Bulma coming. Now, did I have to use a wish for them to pilot Kami's ship? Not necessarily, but I felt it was appropriate. Plus, we have Tien here, who's probably, we don't really have a real grasp on the intelligence hierarchy of Dragon Ball, apart from Bulma being one of the smartest people around. But I honestly get the impression that Tien is probably as competent as someone like Krillin, if not more. And probably would pay attention when given instructions about how to fly an alien ship. And Chaozu's very intelligent, we know that. So between those 3, I think they would be able to manage it even without a wish. But that's kind of why I had the Dragon Wish, just to be safe. So that's my explanation. If, you still have arguments against it, that's fine. But that's where I'm going. That's how I'm dealing with this. Anyway, on to the actual plot. So we basically killed off the Ginyus. Goku isn't totally cool with Ginyu being killed, because Goku still is, mostly Goku here. But she is, someone who's now lost someone very precious to her. So she's a bit more willing to be crueler. And plus Vegeta and Rads and them probably, take the shot and all that. Same with Tien, who's a lot more ruthless than, say, Goku needs to be. Anyway, everyone's healed up. Dende asks, though, and they only have 1 senzu left now because of all this. It's like, well, why didn't you wait? I could have healed you up. Wait, it's like, you could have? It's like, why didn't you tell us that? Seriously, what? It's like, well, no one asked. And you ate those beans before I could get, offer my help. It's like, damn it all! Oh, we still have 1 left. Let's just keep it in tow just in case. Well, we have the Dragon Balls now. We should probably use them. How are we going to use? But how are we going to use them? I mean, because at this point, I don't think, even though they've been to Gurus, since they've been to Gurus, because Nail even, I think, is the one who mentioned that you still have 2 wishes left. So they know they have 3 wishes, so they know they're going to bring back Krillin, and only bring one person back at a time. So Krillin, King Kai, ready? It's like, ready. It's like, don't you try anything. It's like, fine, just get your friend back, and then we'll figure out what the final wish is. And it's like, maybe we'll all get immortality. Wouldn't that be great? You know, Vegeta's like trying his best to be like, come on. And so, A, they wish back Krillin, and then B, they wish him to Namek, and Krillin, bring him to us right now. And Krillin, suddenly a light appears, and Krillin's like, hey, everybody. Hey, Goku. It's like, Krillin. And she got tears on, and she kind of just glumps, like, Krillin, you're back. Hey, I missed you too. Oh. Now, big time, what is Krillin's power level? How strong is he? Does he know Kaioken? How strong is his Kaioken? Well, Krillin has spent nearly 3 years on King Kai's, or close to it. Now, I had Krillin's power level right around the 500 to 600 times level. And unlike Goku, he has just been there training the whole time. Goku, we know, got a times 20 power increase. Theoretically, you think, given a year's time, roughly speaking, that's where Krillin should be. But Krillin, A, was stronger than Goku when Goku died. So Krillin was able to get there faster. B, he had to wait longer, and he knew he was going to wait longer, so there was no shirking on his training. Ultimately, between Kaioken training, even learning the Spirit Bomb, believe it or not, drum roll please, I am going to put Krillin's power level ultimately at 100,000. Now, that may seem high. It is high. But we know Piccolo was at 3,500 when he died. And by the time he got the Nail was impressed by his power. It seemed like, there's no canon representation of what that power is on Daisenshu. It seems like his power was definitely somewhere like between the high tens of thousands to low 100,000. And then he fused a Nail and all, that's all she wrote. So, between Kaioken training and all that, I actually don't think it's impossible for Krillin to hit 100,000. Granted, he's probably got to be busting his ass the whole time, but I don't think it's impossible. Add on the fact that he can now use, basically it's what Goku was when he got to Namek. He can use Kaioken times 10, more or less effectively. Like, it's his base kind of transformation. So they got this, awesome. So we must hurry, the Elder's not doing well. And all of a sudden, they can sense, like, whoa, that power. That's Frieza. It's like, yo, you've got pretty strong too, Goku. And it's like, thanks. It's like, And so it's like, fine, just give us immortality quick. But there's got to be something else we can do. And they're thinking on it, and they realize that if the Dragon Balls are going to be gone without Guru. It's like, we got to do, and then Dende was like, I know what we can do. We can still use the Dragon to save the Dragon Balls. Perunga! I'm just going to make up Mekian language. Maruda Daiguru! And basically, as Guru is close to dying, granted, timeline-wise, the Guru would actually still maybe have an hour left on his life. But still, Guru suddenly just like, man, something is happening. Lord Guru, what's that? I feel young. I feel powerful again. Youth, healthy. What Dende did was restore Guru's youth and health. Basically returning him back, basically doing a King Piccolo here. Because King Piccolo didn't wish for immortality for some stupid reason. Now, this is actually very interesting, because we saw that Guru is huge. Even by Namekian standards, he's huge. Does he shrink down? Does he lose the pot belly? Do the jowls disappear? Well, we actually can kind of gauge how these guys would age back down to see how they aged up. We saw how King Piccolo looked. He looked very old, but as he tightened up, he looked almost identical. A few minor differences, looked a bit more evil, to standard Piccolo. So, I think you pull back the skin, all that. You see basically a tightened up face. He probably still has a round head, but it's about more like closer to like an egg than a ball or melon. His pot belly's probably still there, but it's very much receded, kind of like when a bodybuilder has a bit of a pot belly. It's still kind of got a six-pack thing going on there, something like that. His muscles are a bit more pronounced, and he just feels like, I saw this is what they decided to do, and so be it, my young one. And Lord Guru with the Dragon Balls, do not worry. And then he just saw like Guru just using his power summons the Dragon Balls back to him. We will leave the threat of Frieza to the Earthlings. It is in their hands now. And so Guru is now healthy. Now, is Guru a powerhouse? No, I don't get the impression he was. Kami was never really a powerhouse. Powerful by Dragon Ball standards, but not a powerhouse. I don't think Guru is that either. Though, again, he's probably much stronger now than he was back then, back in the canon. So it's like, what? You decided to waste the wish on basically giving that old bloated slug a facelift? It's like, do not talk about the Grand Elder that way. Without him, because the Dragon Balls can still live. If he were gone, the Dragon Balls would disappear completely. And then Goku immediately just gets in his. And Krillin actually gets in his face and he's like, that's enough. Get off me, Baldy. You really think you can go up against me? Like, one way to find out, Krillin. No, Krillin, no, don't do. Krillin, no. I need you to go and check on Guru. But I just got here. I was like, what? Is it? Please, Guru will be able to power you up just like he did the rest of us. Are you sure about this? It's like, yeah, I just want to be sure. Frieza's on his way coming, but I want you to go check on Nail and Guru just to be sure. You'll be able to sense where he is. Like, yeah, I got it. Like, you stay still. I'll be back. Don't worry. And, Krillin heads off. Krillin, obviously, 100,000 is able to get there pretty fast. And luckily, even though Frieza is kind of coming their way, they don't necessarily intersect, even though Frieza is able to pick up the power level of 100,000. Who could that be? That's not Vegeta's going to sense that's not a Saiyan reading, but the other stronger levels are over here. And to be fair, with all the Zenkais, they're not really keeping their power suppressed as Frieza is homing in on them. Although, to be fair, Vegeta was keeping his pretty lowered. Although, also to be fair, that he only just got the increase. So I think between all of them, the collective power, it does break the scatter. And he gets, and Vegeta is still just going, you fools, we're never going to be able to beat Frieza this way. It's like, you want to go? It's like, and yeah, Tien senses it, Chaozu senses it, Rad sees it. Oh no, please, go on. You were saying about how you'll never defeat me. And Goku is a little overtaken that even though her power level is much higher than Frieza's, she still is like, there's a malice and evil about this level of power, this type of power. It's like, oh, don't worry, I don't plan to. I won't take you. I'm not a fool. Your combined totals actually broke my scouter. I must admit, it's been a long time since something like this has happened. But at least it gives me a chance to show off. You really think you can take us on? Kakarot alone could kick you. Kakarot? That's a Saiyan name. So another one of you managed to survive the genocide. Seems I'm losing my touch. I'll have to rectify that with a little practice. But first things first. Time to show you a little bit of what I've been hiding. And as please go ahead, show off what your true power is, Frieza. There's nothing you can identify. Very well then. Very well then. Yeah! And he powers up and turns into his second form. Now then, what were you saying, Vegeta? And which Goku quickly just gets in, quickly just shuts up, or steps in. Says, I've got this guy. You want to go? Let's go. And you can't. Don't be a fool, Kakarot. You're too soft. We'll just let him go again. Look, I gave you a chance, and he deserves a chance too. You don't a chance, is it? Oh, what is it? A chance to make a better life for yourself. To stop hurting people. You don't have to be doing this.
It's like, oh, you're right. I don't have to be doing this. I want to be doing this.
And he just fires a beam right at Kakarot. Just boom! Unfortunately, Kakarot is our standard cannon power level, so just
Vegeta, what is this? It's not possible.
And which Vegeta has not actually, it's kind of been sensing Goku's power level the whole time, but not actually been registering it until now. It's like, but you know, it took you this long to sense that, Vegeta.
How is she?
Like, you want to go, Frieza? Let's go! And she starts beating the ever-loving shit out of him. Meanwhile, Krillin's finally gets the girl. It's like,
who might you be?
It's like, I'm Krillin, sir. Are you the Elder Guru?
I am. Your wish is granted me back both my youth and health. I'm in debt to all of you. It seems that the fight, and I can sense it from here, the fighting.
And by the way, obviously, it's Guru's voice.
Guru's voice is more like this. But a younger Guru. So the fighting is continuing. Frieza grows ever stronger.
At this point, Frieza's hit his third form, pushing Goku back a little bit, but Goku is still easily overtaking. He's like, I gave you a chance. This is over. Wait, don't you want to take? If you don't, you want to beat me at my best sin? I haven't even showed you my final form yet. The play on the meme. This is my final form. It's like, show me what you got. That no, Goku. It's like, this is King Kai. Are you freaking stupid? Don't do it. Kill him now. Are you seriously, Kakarot? Do it. Kakarot, do it. It's like, no, show me what you got. It's like, boom, and obviously transforms it. That's better. I always remember that canon voice where he sounded like someone who smoked too many Marlboros. Yes, this is more like it. And Goku realizes it. So this is what he's like, and they clash again, and then and now it's kind of beat for beat like it is a bit in the canon, minus a couple scenes like Vegeta being killed off, and Krillin finally grows. Come to me, child. There's something I must do to aid you in your battle. I was like, yeah, Goku mentioned, whoa! And so that happens. Now we actually know what Krillin's final power level would be here. It'd be about 4.2 million, because we know what his final power level was at the end of the Namek arc, 75 from 1500. So you do the math. Now obviously it's an 8 times initial multiplier. So as the fight goes on, it's like, and Goku's just, tired. It's a little worn out, but she's still ready to go. Like, I must admit, you're impressive. Impressive. I still haven't used everything I have. Well, I might be holding back a little bit too. Not really. She can still do like a Kamehameha, but that's about it. I was like, oh yes, maybe 2, 5, 10 times what you've shown. But me, I've only used the 1%. And by the way, that wasn't based on what we know. That's not quite true. Frieza was using more like 2-ish%, but still. For someone like you, I'll only go to a good 25%. Might as well just go with the standard Frieza. 13%. Now you might be asking, why not the 60%? Well, because Frieza did say maybe 5 or 10 times. There's not. I don't see Frieza really needing to go with the full power. Although if he does say that. I don't know. I guess we could go the full 60. I guess it's like, whoa, maybe he's not bluffing. And it starts, to which, everyone's just like, Goku! And, so, yeah, Kakarot, damn it! Look, Green Man, wait, you have one more of those senzus, right? Yeah, and you can heal us, right? Raditz! Do what you have to. It's like, wait, what are you talking about? You know what I'm talking about. Do it. Land a lethal blow on me and then heal me up. I'll be able to aid Kakarot in battle. No, excuse me, my Vegeta sound a bit more like Rad's thing. I'll be able to aid Kakarot in battle. Now just do it. You're certain. Do it! Blast him. It's like, now do it. Give him the senzu. Just do it. Give him the beam, because Dende doesn't want to heal him, because, you I can't hear you over the sound of my people's blood on your hands. No, don't be that guy. Oh, yes, I'm being that guy. But anyway, they give it to him, and he heals up. And he goes, try to aid Kakarot, but Goku and him just can't do anything. Ultimately, he's like, well, time to die. Tell me, do you have any last words? Yeah. And all of a sudden, he just hears, yeah! Heads up! And he just, Krillin just lands a shot. Now, Krillin at this point is not as full powered, but because he's been traveling, flexing his energy a bit, he's definitely more than just the 800 grand. He's probably closer to like 1.5 million, which he probably had a Kaioken on that, Kaioken Senza, which was 15, which is barely anything to Frieza. But he's he is still more than capable of fighting Frieza at this point, comparatively. Yes, I was wondering who you were flying off. So you were the power I sensed on my scouter. Oh, just had to go check on some things. You want to go? Let's go! And starts off, and Krillin starts getting his ass kicked a little bit. Krillin, it's fine. It's like, you're through, solar flare! And Krillin, Destructo Disc slices off Frieza's tail. Damn you all! The fight basically is now, as the fight continues, he's closing the gap, but ultimately hits the wall where he's 4.2 million, and he's got a Kaioken times 10, which puts him at 42 million, which does put him at a much higher level than Goku was in the original series. So the fight is definitely a bit closer, because if I'm 120 million Frieza can give a 150 million Goku that big of a fight, I think Krillin, between just 18 million difference, could do something here. Still, it's not enough. And Krillin starts to get beaten down. But as Krillin just takes a gut shot, he's like, looks down. And, Frieza's coming in for the final hit. He sees Kakarot getting healed up, with her power now hitting about 4 million. Vegeta getting healed up again. His power probably hitting about what Goku's was beforehand. So he's about 3 million now. Because there's no actual answer to what his power level was. He sees his friends, and he sees the face of the woman he loves. And that, them always say, screw you! I might be, so what if I'm not as strong as you? Even at 50%, if I can do a Kaioken times 20, I at least have a shot. Kaioken times 20! And he comes in, and now he's gone all cylinders, 84 million, over just eclipsing freaking Frieza. Frieza's now getting wailed on. It's like, Kame! Kame! And, Krillin fires the beam. Frieza's like, do it, and he tries to block with one hand as quickly as he can. Tries to block with two. Starts the beam struggle. He's starting to increase his power a little bit, like trying to get past it, but it's slow climbing, as we saw just how long it took him to actually charge up. And he's got to focus on it. It's like, God, do it now, guys! It's like, what? Because that's, because he's still overpowering Frieza, and, it's a beam struggle, but it's slowly creeping back towards Frieza's player as his power's slowly going back up. But as Frieza hears that, he sees everyone who can attack behind him. Chaozu, Dodonbeam, Tien, Shingiko, Goku, Kamehameha, Raditz, keep your eye on the bird, Saturday Crush, whatever it was called, and Vegeta Gaigan. Basically, it's the Cell thing, except now they're Frieza, you monkey, you filthy egg! And Frieza gets caught in that, and just boom. And, Krillin just, Krillin, you okay? Man, being alive hurts tiring. Okay, you're okay. It's like,
I must admit, you've grown quite strong, bold one.
You grew quite strong, bold one, from the last time I saw you. It's like, yeah, well, which one of us do you think is going to win this time? Even tired, I bet I could whoop your sorry butt. It's like, Franz grumbles. And they actually had a bit of a laugh. Even Vegeta has a bit of a laugh at that. She's like,
amusing. I must admit, that was funny.
And then I was like, well, we should probably get back to the Guru just to confirm everything. Yep, we've got you back. We can finally go home. And all of a sudden, they just like, wait, what? And all of a sudden, the energy beam, just like when Cell comes out, it's like, go, Goku! And Goku sees Krillin got shot. Just, no, no. And there's Frieza. Was able to power up. He had to force it, and it hurt his body a bit. Not to mention, he got hit by the 84 million power Kamehameha and all the other attacks together. He's alive. His tail's gone. That whole eye closed thing. And he's charred. He's burnt. He's bleeding, but he's alive. He's pissed. Just, you little... Krillin, who's next? You. TNTs! Chaozu! No more resurrections. No. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. He's like, this time you won't come back. There's no line like that, but I think he just goes after the weak one first just to say, go. Now, just like with Piccolo, Krillin's not dead here. I didn't kill him twice. But Goku sees that, and obviously just, well, it's more turn power music, but or I know it was a and then obviously now she stands there in rage. Super Saiyan Goku is there, and everyone says, "It can't be, legend, made flesh, Vegeta. What are you? I've had enough of it." And obviously Goku goes up there, and I don't think anymore that Goku's like, I want to beat him at his best. Now it's like, I'm going to kill you now. Wails on him for a good while like he did in the original. But ultimately, she just like, I'll destroy this planet. And ultimately, she just gets in the way because she's 200 million versus a 120 if he went that far. She just braces it. Ah! I was like, no more, Frieza. No more. Kame! And then just kicks him straight, basically just kicks him straight and forward, and just appears, and Blan's like, you filthy monkey! And then Frieza's gone. Like, she just wastes his ass. And then she's still filled with rage and anger, but now it's just like sorrow. It's like, Goku, he's still alive. Let's see if we can get. Hold on. And then which Dende is like, hold on, I got him. And he's healing Krillin. Wait, he is? Because at the point you'd think, well, Dende could have just healed him, but they were all scared shitless in the moment. And obviously Dende comes and heals him. I was like, Goku? Whoa! What happened when I was out? Wait, Frieza, is he? He's taken care of. He's taken care of. You're okay. Like, where's the blonde? Where did the blonde hair come from? I kind of like it. And she just kind of holds him and he honestly just takes the hug. He's like, okay, you two lovebirds get a room. There's still the issue of Chaozu. Chaozu's gone as well. Well, I mean, we could just, that's okay. The elder guru was collected the Dragon Balls. I'm certain if we wished his youth back, I'm betting he could probably help bring your friend back within due time. You mean that? It's like, yep, I'm very sure. It's like, okay, well, let's go visit him. And so, Goku powers down, and she holds Krillin's hand and goes like, ugh. And Goku's blushing admittedly, just like, it's like, because she's feeling all the butterflies in her stomach. It's like, now Krillin's all goofy, and they fly out to go see Guru. And Guru, to sum it up, because he got his youth back, I imagine, even though the Dragon Balls are just used, I imagine he's at his full potential. He might be able to just reactivate the Dragon Balls if he actually wants to. Although I don't know if you could do that. Because Kami doesn't do that. And Dende doesn't do that. As far as I know, Monato, who's like the Namekian in the Granola arc, as far as we know, he's never done that. But with regaining youth and all that, and we know how powerful Guru was just as an old person, or old elder Namekian. So, I don't know. If nothing else, they will basically say that we'll wait till our Namekian year passes and resurrect your friend back to your world, back to your planet. It's like, we thank you, and all that, and they all head home, all happy and go lucky, and Chaozu will come back. So that is the end of part 5 of What If Goku Was a Girl. Long one, but I wanted to get the Namekian saga finished up. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you folks tomorrow for Minato Surviving Part 12. I think we're on Part 12. Pokemon team videos and the box office. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.